Ole Miss. They got this kid out there named Trinidad Chambliss. Have y'all heard of him? Have you seen what he's been doing at Ole Miss in spots where Austin Simmons has been not the healthiest, has come out, and Trinidad has come in place and stepped up in a big way and has been the healthier quarterback so far. I don't think he's thrown a turnover just yet in this season. But let's get into a little bit of Trinidad Chambliss. If you guys don't know, he's a very interesting prospect. Actually, a prospect from 2021. He committed to Ferris State as a 3-star quarterback, and he waited this entire time to enter the transfer portal and try to better himself. Which, in an era where a lot of people are not waiting a turn per se, and they're just going to the next best team and basing everything off of their high school experience and their star rating in high school and haven't really proved anything. I think this guy has proved enough that he is a starting caliber quarterback in college football. Look, he waited till the spring transfer portal, which another prediction came true there. I didn't think it was going to be a situation where we were going to see the spring portal go away, but now that we're seeing it, things like this won't happen, so people are going to have to utilize that first transfer portal window, which is in December. It's neither here nor there. Let's get over to a little bit of him, right? Last year, had a 61% completion percentage for Ferris State, 225 or 367, 2,925 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. He played a little bit in 2023, 2024 as well. But what was even more impressive is the things that he can do on the ground. Having over 1,000 yards, 171 rushes, and another five touchdowns as well. So, not 5 touchdowns. Actually, he had 5 fumbles too, were lost. 25 touchdowns on the ground. I'm sorry. So this dude had 51 touchdowns last year alone. No wonder Ole Miss came to the block and they said, yeah, you can come on and play with our team. It's unfortunate because Austin Simmons, if you guys don't know, is a star baseball player too at Ole Miss, and he had just graduated and got his bachelor, or I think it's his bachelor's degree at only 19 years old. So, which is incredibly insane. But I think even more so I think he's a true sophomore. Even more so with all that being said is I think Austin can learn more from this experience than he did from the Jackson Dart days, right? Obviously, he was the backup for Jackson Dart, came in garbage time and threw the ball around a couple different times. But the thing that I like about this situation is you're dealing with some adversity, being injured, and obviously the guy that's coming in for you, by all regards, is not turning the ball over and actually getting his team down the field. And if you saw the last game, he looked absolutely sensational. He's been more successful as a dual threat quarterback at this point in time. If you watch him play, not only does he have the size and the speed, but he looks the part as well. And you could tell that he's experienced some tough moments because it looks like the lights are not as bright for him as they would be, and Austin Simmons has taken over for his first year. And if Lane Kiffin wants to win, you keep Trinidad in. I don't see how you go back and you switch it back to Austin Simmons at this point, especially now with the way that the conference play is starting up in the SEC and around the country. You keep a guy like him in until it just doesn't pan out where you have to make a switch. But at this point in time, what he's doing at the starting position is panning out, right? And with that being said, obviously if you look at the graphic here, it's playing incredible. 4 touchdowns, 67% completion percentage, almost 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. So 6 touchdowns on the year with 0 turnovers. I think this is an Ole Miss team that everybody thought the 2024 team was going to be with Jackson Dart. This team looks like it has more juice. They're running the ball well. They're playing really, really sound defensive football so far. And it looks like the transfer portal additions are really coming out to play. I think they're really showing up too. And I think ultimately, if I had to go into like kind of a selfish argument here on why you would keep Trinidad Chambliss in at this point, you have nothing to lose if you don't start Austin Simmons, right? I mean, at this point in time, it's a draft stock issue with Chambliss because he is a senior. I don't think he has any more eligibility after this year. This makes him kind of a diamond in the rough as well. And we talk about all these quarterbacks in the country. We just talked about John Materi a little bit and him being injured, and then the Arch Mannings of the world and DJ Lagway, which why we even need to bring him up. But 𝗕𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀 and all those guys, all the guys that we have in high regards, Drew Aller and Garrett Nussmeier. This makes him kind of a diamond in the rough at this point until if he can continue this trajectory. Not saying that this guy's going to come out and win the Maxwell Award or the Heisman Trophy, but I think from the experience and the success that we've seen from some of the quarterbacks at the next level, that experience really does matter. And he's done it at two different places. He's dealing with the little adversity of him having a quarterback battle with Austin Simmons. And winning shoots you at the top of any class, right? Especially if there's questions around your game. So I don't know. I think he's been playing incredible. I think if you watch Ole Miss, they look like they're on a run of a lifetime right now. And again, I go back to my previous point. I just feel like this Ole Miss team seems like the Ole Miss team from 2024 that everybody thought that they were supposed to be. And you keep Trinidad Chambliss in, and I think you start winning some games that you probably shouldn't have won, or you probably should have won last year with Jackson Dart. And he, sometimes didn't have some of the best games, but if Trinidad can keep this up, he may be one of those guys that gets looked at a little bit differently as the season continues on. And what do they say? All you need is one shot and take advantage of every given opportunity. I think he's doing that. And whenever you got a situation like this on your hand as a head coach, makes you feel a little bit more comfortable that you can trust, either guy. But I think Trinidad is the obvious choice at this point in time. I don't know if you agree, but he just looks like the more poised quarterback at this point in time when you watch him play.